Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Candy. On my channel, I share homeschooling, homesteading, gardening, day in the life, what's for dinner, canning, grocery hauls, all kinds of fun stuff. If you've not already subscribed, I would love if you would subscribe and join us here. Now let's get started on some breakfast. I'm working on making some blueberry biscuits. Penny loves anything blueberry, so I thought these would be a hit with her. And now I'm going to get the rest of our breakfast going. James's dad gave us 2 3-pound rolls of some sausage. He said he did not care for it. He didn't know if we would like it or not. So I used one of those to make some sausage patties, and I'm working on some scrambled eggs as well. I can honestly say we were not a fan of that sausage as well. It shrank down a lot, and there was a ton of grease in it. But we went ahead and used it because we did not want to waste it. But it's definitely not something that I would buy.
Standing underneath the lights, look into each other's eyes. Tired snowflakes are coming down, collapse into water when they hit the ground. I hear the sound of empty streets.
Here is our finished breakfast of the iced blueberry biscuits, scrambled eggs, and sausage.
So all that's left is you and me. I can promise you're the only thing I see.
Garden's looking good. I've got a lot of weeds, but I've got lots of greens up. I've got some tomatoes flowering. I have flowers blooming. I have peppers. I have squash up everywhere, and I have corn coming up.
Quiet voices in the night. Time is
So I'm super excited about the garden. I think I mentioned this in my last video, but next to every squash plant I planted some marigolds because I read that they help with pests and snakes and things. And so I thought we'd give that a try this year because I'm really hopeful that that'll work. And I won't have to fight squash bugs so much because between the weeds and the squash bugs last year, I was getting really frustrated. But everything is looking good. All my watermelons I planted are up. At the end of the garden, I planted this row. Let me show you guys. This is, how do you say it? Zinnia? I don't know. And sunflowers. So this will be our pollinators on top of having the marigolds on all of our squash plants. These are some of the watermelon. They were some of the last things I planted, and they are all coming up in all of these mounds. So it's doing really good. It's sprinkling out here, and it rained last night, as you can tell. So I've got lots of plants coming up. But I went in and filled in a few corn just because I have a handful of seeds left. Filled those in throughout.
standing underneath.
This is all corn, this big row. And then I have, here, let me zoom out,
Each other's eyes.
those 4 rows as well. That is all corn. I'm super excited about that. I want to can and freeze a whole lot of corn this year. Here is an example of a squash plant with a marigold plant planted beside it. I really, really hope this helps with the squash bugs. I've told James so many times in the last 3 days that this weekend we need to run wire for the green beans that he's like, Candy, I already know. Every time I say, hey, James, he's like, I already know. Wire on the green beans, I know. But I do pole green beans. I feel like they do better for me than bush beans. So we've really got to run wire because they're starting to take off. These are green beans all the way down that row. And then also at the end of that far corner, there are more green beans. Some of my cherry purples are already starting to flower. So that's exciting. I've never grown these before, but this will be the first year and it's doing really good. This is a green zebra. So I'm excited to see how those turn out. Last night I already harvested some lettuce, Swiss chard, spinach, and kale for a salad. And I like to pick that about 1 inch above the ground, and it'll just keep regrowing through the garden season until it gets like too hot, and then it starts getting bitter. But yeah, we've already got our first harvest on that. Got peppers and tomatoes starting to grow. So we're doing really good for considering we just got that last portion of the garden in. Hopefully our corn isn't in too late, we'll see. But I'm really, really hoping to can a whole lot of corn this year and green beans. That's like, those are the projects that I really want to work on, is a whole lot of green beans and a whole lot of corn in our food storage. We actually have like 200-300 jars of carrots, so we definitely don't need carrots. We have a lot of potatoes too, so I thought I'd work on corn and green beans now. I went ahead and got our pork sticks marinating in this Hawaiian barbecue sauce that I had picked up at Walmart, and we're just going to leave this in the fridge to marinate until dinner time. Good afternoon. I spent the better part of the day doing some random work that needed done. I went underneath 5 different cabinets, pulled everything out, went through it, sorted Tupperware, pots, pans, things like that, got rid of a whole bunch of stuff, put it all back in order, scrubbed. It doesn't look like it, but I scrubbed this whole area. Since we've moved in, there's been this like yellow grease stain on the wall. I've scrubbed it with like everything I can think of. It's still there, so if anybody has any ideas, I'd love to hear them. My landlord would not let us put up backsplash, so I just keep scrubbing it. Yeah, but any ideas would be helpful. Marinated pork steaks and took a long nap, so I'm gonna run to the store, get some milk for the macaroni and get James some lawnmower gas, and then I'm gonna get home and start dinner. Good afternoon, friends. I turned off the light overhead so you guys can see me because thought I'd tell you guys kind of what's going on today. I did a whole bunch of cleaning under some cabinets, got rid of a ton of Tupperware that didn't have lids or whatever, a bunch of pots and pans and baking stuff that I don't use. It felt so good and it looked so nice under there. What else did I do? Did a bunch of laundry. I think that's it. Took a long nap this afternoon because I've been working all day and I was just tired. And we have severe weather coming in tonight and I'm going to be up all night. So, screaming. That's kids playing outside. James just got home. He's out mowing around my garden. I'm getting dinner going. I've got my water boiling. I'm going to do this roasted chicken rice. And then I'm also going to do some Annie's mac and cheese. Maddie asked for this. Some green beans and ranch beans and our pork steaks that I marinated in that Hawaiian barbecue sauce. So I'm going to get this cooking. I just wanted to hop on here, say hi, say good afternoon, all that fun stuff, because I haven't filmed a whole lot today. I've been being productive. The pork steaks that have been marinating all day, I'm going to start frying these up just in a hot cast iron skillet.
Oh my child, I know you're hurt and you can't let go.
So dinner turned out amazing, and I'd never tried that roasted chicken rice before, and it turned out really, really good, and I'm definitely going to buy that again or learn to make a copycat recipe of that. Thank you guys so much for coming along today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below so we can chat, subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss upcoming videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
I know you've done your part. It's not fair.